Best Irish music on irishradio.org with Jerry Byrne.
Irish Radio, I'm Jerry Byrne. Now, since the advent of lockdown and all the rest of it, I'm speaking to many of the great and the good of music. And boy, what an incredible amount of talent has come out of Ireland in music. My next guest is a gentleman who's been involved in music for a long, long time, doing studio work, touring with many other artists, and roundly regarded as having a truly phenomenal band, and has recorded umpteen tracks, and has certainly cut the teeth in the music. From County Donegal, I'm delighted to say hello to Ryan Turner. Ryan, how are you?
Hi, Jerry. How are you doing?
Not too bad at all. Not too bad. Listen, you've been a busy lad since the lockdown. Not needless to say, performing live, but doing some studio work.
I have, Jerry. Yeah, it's been an eventful year. No gigs live, but yeah, we've been busy in the recording studio. I've been doing some recording for other people, other artists, and I started a new project, an album of my own as well, Jerry, which I'm almost at the closing stages of. I've got some of the tracks mixed and finished. So yeah, it's been grand now. It's listen, we would love to be playing live. We miss the live gigs, but music's still going strong. Between the studio and some of the bits and pieces, maybe on Facebook, we the live streams and that, Jerry. So yeah, it's been grand. So it has.
Tell me this, you're quite a while at this stage, and you're very, very well established in music. How did it all start off for you?
Oh, started off, Jerry, I suppose 28 years ago. Started off, I was a young man in a family band at home. I started playing music when I was 12. And it sort of went from there. When I was 17, I got the opportunity to, which was the late 90s, I got the opportunity to join Eamon McCann's band, and that's when I discovered the taste of the road and travelling, and that was my first time getting to go to the likes of the UK, England, and Scotland, and Wales, and that, and further afield while working with Eamon, and that's, I'll be 40 now, Jerry, in a few weeks' time, so I suppose I'm not all that old, but a lot of people do know me for being around a long time, and I think it's the fact that I started so young, but music's been good. I've had a good time out of music, and been lucky to earn a living, and I enjoy touring and working with lots of great artists, so.
Indeed,
yeah, it's been.
Indeed, that is great. Eamon, of course, spoke to him on the programme back a couple of months ago. A truly phenomenal artist with an incredible voice.
Eamon's a great singer, Jerry. He always was. He's what we would call pure country. It was a great start for me going on the professional road of playing music. I was a young man, 17. And, Eamon took me on and had trust in my ability to play. It was busy times back then, Jerry, big festivals. And, when we left Ireland and went to England to gig, you weren't going for 2 or 3 gigs, you were going for 5 and 6 and 7 gigs, So it was busy times, and I'm very thankful to Eamon, for giving me that first initial start, So it was great.
Indeed, fantastic experience. So since that, you've gone on to plough your own furrow and things, and you've had astounding success with the Ryan Turner band.
We have, Jerry. Yeah, thankfully, about 10 years ago, I guess. I've been in a lot of bands and had done, and I enjoyed it. Enjoyed it all, but 10 years ago I decided to, which I thought at the time really was taking a smaller journey, and cutting back, if for the want of better words, doing less and setting up a small little band which were a 3-piece, and strangely enough, what I didn't know, and I guess what lots of people didn't know, here in Ireland in particular, the scene had been crying out for something like that, and I wasn't even aware. It was an accident, really. I wasn't aware of it. There was lots of singers at that stage the late Brian Cole, Gene Stewart, Larry, they were all semi-retired and didn't have a band as such, but there was still an element of gigs there that those guys were able to go and do. So the little band that I had developed, we were suddenly available, and we marketed ourselves towards backing people at concerts, etc., and making ourselves available to back singers, because I was very fortunate. I've had it. Now, John, the drummer, John Doherty's from Strabane. John's been with me since the beginning, really. Joe McNamee from Derry, we were together for a number of years, and in the past 4 years now, Martin Cleary's been with me. But I've always been fortunate that I've had good, I've been lucky that I've had good musicians around me. So the band was respected, and anybody needing a band basically hired us. And Jerry, it snowballed. We suddenly became busy, and certainly up until March of 2020, we were probably as busy as any of the big outfits in Ireland. We would have been doing 4 or 5 nights a week every week, and I think probably because we were a small band too, it was quite affordable, and that kept us busy as well. So it's been a great journey. I never realised that it would have been as busy as what it did turn out to be, but that's how it happened, and it's been a good journey, Jerry. Yeah, certainly.
Indeed, it has, and I do know from the music that many singers actually, if they were doing sort of tours and stuff, they sort of wanted your band to be the backing band, and they really weren't comfortable in many cases, sort of unless that you were actually touring with them.
Well, I have heard it said. People do say to me, has said to me in the past, certainly, are you doing such a tour, or are you available? And, for some sense of comfortability, singers do enjoy working with us. I suppose I'm on the road myself, 27, 28 years, Jerry. Martin Cleary's probably on the road close to 40 years, and John. So between the three of us, we've probably 100 years experience, if that makes sense. And we do, we've always been involved in the country and Irish scene, and worked with so many artists. So we would be familiar, very familiar, with a lot of the material of the likes of Louise Morrissey, Philomena Begley, Trudy Lowry, Kathy Durkin, all those artists. We would be very familiar with all their stuff and would have worked with them lots through the years. So yeah, when it would come to a tour or gigs, they tend to be comfortable with us because they know us, number one, and we would be familiar with their material. So that's always a good combination, Jerry. And I'm not like, there's lots of fabulous musicians, but a lot of the younger generation that's coming up through the ranks, particularly those singers that's been around for 25 plus years, a lot of the younger musicians maybe wouldn't be all that familiar with their songs, and that was always a winner for us because we would have the familiarity of the music that they play, Jerry, and I think, and just we know the people personally, and we've always had a good relationship. So that thing was there then where people got comfortable with us. So it's been great, and it's always been nice to have that said that people would like to be working with us. We've been very lucky. So
well, you got in this case, I think you made your own luck. I mean, it was you had to have the quality there because these guys that are in music for so many years, that they're they know who are good musicians and who is a good band and sort of who isn't.
Well, that's true. You have a very good point, and I'm very, as I just said, I'm very fortunate. I've always been lucky. We're a smaller band, as I say, 3-piece. We do hire in a fourth member if needed to suit the budget. But the guitar and steel player, I'm a piano player myself, and John's a great drummer. John has been drumming since Brenton Quinn and the Bluebirds, that era. And the guitar players, Martin Cleary is a very seasoned musician, a very respected musician here in Ireland. And when Martin parted company with Robert Mazzell, a few years back, I asked Martin to join the band, and to have the likes of Martin Carey, I'm very fortunate to have guys like that has a great reputation. Martin does all the TG4, the Glow Cheer things here in Ireland, a lot of TV work on that as well, and he's respected, and that means an awful lot, for singers and for promoters booking you as well, Jerry. To have a good, solid, reliable source, it's important. Guys with a good reputation, and I'm fortunate to share the stage with guys like that.
Indeed so. It's excellent. I mean, at this stage, you've been the backing band for a huge amount of singers, over the years.
Over the years, we have a lot of the festivals. It's fair to say, Jerry, I think we've probably worked with near every artist. At some point, we have backed them all, the young and the old. And it's because of what we do and who we are. A lot of festivals and times, if somebody's running a festival or a big event, it's not always feasible to book Robert Mazzell and his band, Jimmy Buckley and his band, Declan Ernie and his band. The money wouldn't be there to pay that amount. So what happens is the people, the committee or whoever's running the event, the promoter, will book us as the band. And a lot of the times, I'll hire in maybe a fiddle player, a bass player. We'll make the band bigger, and we would be the band then to back all the singers throughout the day. So you could be working with anything up to maybe 10 of the best acts here in Ireland on any one day. So that happens quite often, and it's good. It's enjoyable, Jerry. Unlike being in a particular band, and I'm not knocking it because I've been there, but it never gets boring because your singer is always changing and you're always playing different songs, and it's good musically and it's good mentally because the thing keeps you. It's good for the mind. It keeps you busy, and you're playing lots of different types of. We could be working with. You could be working with Brenton Shine and Derek Ryan on the same night, and there's quite a wide. The variety of music difference there would be quite different, but it's good for us as musicians. We enjoy it, and it's healthy as musicians to be able to swap about from the real Irishy type thing to the more modern type Irish country of what there is today.
Right. Yes, I get that. That's going as you say from Brendan Shine to Derek Ryan. There's quite a gap there. It's all like Irish country, but it's a heck of a gap of styles of music.
The style, Jerry, is the one. Yeah, exactly. And you nobody more familiar than yourself from spinning the records and that. You'd know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's how it is for us, and we enjoy it. I love all types of music, and to be honest, and I love traditional country. But I respect every type of music, and I enjoy playing every type of music. And it's been good. Music has been good to us, and we're thankful for that. We've been lucky with it. So it's nice. It's nice to make a living and build your home out of something, Jerry, that you enjoy doing as well.
Indeed so. It takes the work element out of it. It's you're sort of able to earn your living at something that if you weren't working at it, it would be your hobby.
That's right. Yeah, exactly, Jerry. Yeah.
You must, with the current situation, you must miss the road. You must miss, the same as all the other singers, out meeting people.
That's the thing that you miss the most, is actually socialising and meeting people. And don't get me wrong, Facebook's great. We do talk to a lot of people on Facebook and we get messages. But do you know, Jerry, that thing of just meeting somebody and shaking somebody's hand and having a conversation, you do miss that an awful lot. Early in the year, when the lockdown happened here, the first month was fine. It was a bit of a break because we had a couple of very busy years, and but like everything else, after about 6 weeks of being at home, the feet get itchy. You do miss the road, you miss the travelling. But I've been fortunate with the recording studio. I've been busy enough there doing bits and pieces and recording. So still staying with it, and that's good as well. That at least I know there's other artists out there had to go off and get other jobs, but I've been fortunate enough to this point. I'm not saying that it won't happen, but I've been fortunate enough up to this point anyway, Jerry, that I've been able to stick to what I've been doing pretty much all along, except the travelling, So it's still music for me as it stands, and I hope it remains that way, because please God, when these vaccines gets up and running, hopefully we see changes very soon and get back to doing what we know best.
Indeed so. That's all that one can say, because what the truth of the matter is, it's just going to take that little bit of time. Every pandemic that has ever came has gone again, and at this stage, I think mankind has never been in a better position to battle against it.
That's true, Jerry. Yeah, these guys are working hard on. These scientists are working hard on vaccines, and I think there's loads of them being passed out now, and it's happening here in Ireland as well as we speak. So we're always that little bit behind here, in Ireland. We're nearly last. It's like filling the potholes in the road. I always say we're always the last to have it done, but they are working on it, and I think when they see numbers gradually decreasing of the virus, which hopefully, Jerry, towards the second half of this year, we might be in a position that we get back working. I'm sure probably venues will open up. The numbers might be kept down, as in how many people is allowed to come into a venue, but it might be a small bit lower for the beginning. But it will, please God, build up eventually. And as you say, Jerry, these things, it will be gone. They don't stay forever, So
that's it. That's it. Yeah. All we can do, Ryan. This has been fascinating chatting to you. I wish you all the very best. Stay safe to yourself and your family. Stay well, and listen. Fingers crossed. As soon as it's safe to do so, I'll catch up with you on stage somewhere along the winding path.
Sure, Jerry. Listen, thanks a million for taking the time to talk to me. I appreciate it. A very happy New Year to you and all your listeners, Jerry. And hopefully we'll see you somewhere along the path very soon.